morning, cousins. It's 9:35. In 25 minutes, I get to go into the estate sale. If you saw the video I dropped yesterday, you'll see that I previewed a bunch of stuff. So I got here, got in line. I'm in the first 40, and that's what you want. I got my card, my number. I'm ready. I ran over real quick to a bagel shop. I got the Rusty Special, which, again, if you're familiar with these estate sale videos, you'll know is a bacon, egg, and cheese with 2 eggs on an Asiago Parmesan bagel. And it's just so tasty. You know, it just really gives me the energy I need to throw elbows, throwing bows, tripping people whenever I have a chance, and grabbing that thing. I don't really do that. I'm just joking. But anyhow, I'm going to be getting over here. It's raining outside and it's cold, folks. Yuck. But because I previewed, I know exactly where I'm going. I'm 36th in line. We'll all get in. It'll only take me about 20 seconds to get in after the first person. But everyone else is going right for their stuff too, and I bet that a lot of these previewed as well, like I did. So there's a handful of things I'm wanting to get. Not a ton, and I don't expect to get them all, again, because I'm not first in line. I'm going for some pocket knives. I'm going for some costume jewelry. I'm going for some glasses that have gold frames. Maybe some straight razors and a couple other things. I'm still kind of on the fence about the stereo view cards, but we'll see what I can do. I expect to get in and out, or at least in and back to the line to buy stuff within 10 minutes. That's the fastest I've ever done in here, but it's because I spent the time previewing yesterday. I like the setup. So wish me luck, folks. Watch me. When we get started, I'm going to set the timer and we'll see if I can beat that 10-minute mark. I'm talking about a rusty how-to. Rusty how-to.
Good morning. How are you?
Thank you, sir.
36.
Which ones will which?
Oh, pardon me.
So sorry.
And so anyway, I've been looking at that stuff.
Of course.
I'm so sorry. Hello there.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? A worldwide publishing company. Worldwide. These all the worldwide ones. Worldwide. Yeah, I think I will pass. $15. Nope. think I'm ready. Let me double check here on the necklace stuff here. 15 for sterling silver. What do we got here? I just dropped it. I didn't even see that earlier. TBC. Well, folks, look, I made it. All right, I'm back in the vehicle. Look at this, guys. Everything I bought fits in this little bag. I got everything that I wanted to get. Aren't you so proud of me? There are a couple of things I wanted to get. I thought I got them, and I even got in line. And when I started inspecting them, I realized I didn't need to get them. I'll explain that in a minute. Let me get back to the warehouse, pull these all out, and let's take a look at what bargains I may or may not have got today. Hey, cousins, I'm back at the warehouse now. I'm in level H225 asterisk. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, I think so. This is, one of the ones. It was available today. There's workers all over the place here, but, it's getting prepped for Christmas and all. But I'm going to start off today with a few things that I got here at this estate sale. And I'm going to start off by showing one that I already had. And these are old spectacles, old glasses. And the deal with these guys is that a lot of times they are made of gold, or they are gold filled, have gold content in this portion here that goes over the ear, and especially the bridge over the nose, and then around the glasses, the lenses as well. It's usually a percentage, like 1/20th or 1/10th, but I just want to show you. Here's some I got today, and I put these up in order of size, as you can see, smaller ones here at the bottom. And what's interesting about some of these, you can see this is a completely different type than we have here. This one does not have anything around the rims of the glasses, and this is a little bit damaged, as you can see, but I mean, it's almost just like wire around here. But it's got like a little chain, actually, as a matter of fact, which is holding on to that. And these are a little different. These are, they don't have a thing that goes even over the ear. It's a little bit of wire. But right here in the middle, if I'm going to try to zoom in here a little bit, you can see that there's some writing there on the bridge. And that is basically telling, let me pull it up here to my own eyes. So 1/20th, 10 karat gold. All right, so that's what we got on those. And let's got the little case with it. A lot of times people don't care about the cases, to be honest with you. They want them for the gold content. Now, this is pretty cool here. We got Frances Elizabeth Stevenson from Centerville, Tennessee. That's really cool. And again, these are very light weight wire, or like, almost like wire. Very, very delicate. But you can see again here in the center, guys, we got this big old nose piece here, and that's going to have some gold content. It usually says it right there on the inside of the bridge. I need to grab my loop here and show you, but anyways, really cool. That would actually just, I'll have to look at that real close, but guys, such cool things, and I love whenever I see information about who owned it, what they had at some point. And this right here has this little piece of paper in here, and it says Hamburg and Maritana are made from sun-cured leaf tobacco and have proven active sellers, let's see, from over 30 years at higher prices than any other brand of chewing tobacco. So it has nothing to do with eyeglasses, folks, but it's an old advertisement, looks like, for some kind of tobacco. This is cool. You never know what you're going to find in some of these things. Pull this out. Oh, it is something from a Prince Albert can. That is cool, guys. I've actually got a few Prince Albert cans here for sale. So it'd be neat to kind of maybe put that in with those. Process patent July 30th, 1907. So, guys, these glasses I would have already known, but these are from the early 1900s. So far, cool. We got, this was kind of a heavier duty one I already had here. I'm going to lay these out so you can see them. And, very cool things, guys. I paid $10 a piece. I've got somebody who will pay me $18 to $20 a piece for these, which is why I got it. I already had a buyer in mind when I got these. Here's another one. Please return. to Mr. Claude Stevenson. So we've got Claude over here and Francis. Francis and Claude both. I'm so glad. From Centerville, Tennessee. Date 2/13/52. And I guess these are a little bit newer here, possibly. But we got some other ones here. Beautiful little glasses, and I love the different shape of the glass there. Very cool stuff, folks. And if I look real close on here, yep, it says 1/20th, 12 karat GF, and that stands for gold filled. So again, someone will want these as a collector's piece, or they may get them just to melt down for the scrap gold. Guys, if you can find these $10 or less, I think they're a pretty good investment. You're going to make that money, especially from people who want the gold. I'm going to put this nice little advertisement. I mean, this is cool. I could maybe, I don't know, but I could maybe sell this just by itself, this little piece of paper, believe it or not. Believe it or not, some people like these old ads. If I flatten that out, I might be able to get a couple bucks just for that. It was just kind of hiding out in there. That's fun. Next thing up here, guys, are old antique thimbles. These are made out of brass, as you can see. And you might be thinking, Rusty, what in the world? Thimbles? Someone would want to buy thimbles? Yeah, actually, there's a collector base for thimbles, among other things. And what we have here is this old brass, and I don't know much about these. I'm going to have to research them, but I do notice, just off a cursory glance, that this says 9. And I'm assuming maybe that the number relates to a particular size. Like they have sizes for sizes of fingers, probably. Here's another one. Look at this. That is cool looking. I got this cool design on the bottom there, and you can see that in comparison to the one I just showed you, it's larger. This one has a 9 on it. This one has a 12, as you can see. So yes, different sizes. Probably sell these individually. They are different looking and different sizes, but I paid $5 a piece for these. I don't know actually if that's the best price or not, but I'm going to throw them up and just see what happens. This was going to be a new one for me. I've not sold thimbles before. I know that there's a collector base for them, but it'll be a fun learning experience for old Rusty. Next up, folks, we got this bag right here. I'm going to drop it out. Does anybody watching this video have any clue what they're looking at right here? I'm going to give you a couple seconds to think about it. Look at the size. Look at the shape. Any idea? First thoughts run through some of your heads might be, are those antique pencils or ink pens? That is a good guess, guys, even a fountain pen. It's a good guess, but it's not correct. Actually, what these are, folks, are antique thermometers. And if I pull this out, you can see this is a very old thermometer. And let's just look here. I'm going to zoom in here. See if my camera can zoom on it. Hello, camera. There we go. It is. Let me get up closer to it. Well, my goodness gracious. I wonder if the black background is giving it trouble. 48003, the Randall Faishney Company, Boston, USA. And you can kind of see that cursive script. And then if you rotate it around, and you can see how those numbers, that's that old script that they had for the numbers. I mean, this is an early thermometer. Really cool that it's intact. Let's take a look at the others. Moving up here to my legs, folks, so that the camera can have a better chance of catching this. I've unscrewed these two already. They got chains on the end of them, just to let you know, kind of show you what they look like. In this case, it's connected to the end cap there. You can see, and this is that same company, Faishney. Now it says Waterton, New York. And again, really cool. Got some different colors on that one. Let's see what this one looks like here. Same kind of script, looks like, but this is a different company. Let's take a look and see what the company says. Hermitage ESEN Co. Also kind of definitely old looking. Very cool, folks. These old thermometers. I'm amazed that these things have survived, that they have not broken down inside of these little metal cages. To me, this last one is the coolest one of all. It's darker colored. It's got this old little clip on the end of it. pretty heavy duty, heavier. Pull this out. Let's see make sure that this is not broken either. Here we go. What do we got here? Ooh, it's going to be kind of harder to read that. We'll flip it around here and see. What do we have? It says something minute, maybe? Let's get in there closer and look at it. Arhone Co., New York. 1 minute. The 1 minute. So I guess in a minute, this thing will give you your temperature. Pretty awesome. I want to show you this. This is the coolest looking thing. Honestly, guys, with the tarnish on the outside of it, the darkness, and this light silver color on the inside, it has, to me, all of the earmarks of sterling silver, although it's very hard to tell. It's rolling all over my waist here. But I did a little bit of glancing, guys. Let me show you. This is why it pays to spend your time and do your research. Let me show you. Here we go. At the top here, it's so dark it's hard to see. But you can see that it says sterling silver. This case is made out of sterling silver, so it's old. Obviously, it holds a very antique, still intact thermometer, and it's made of silver. I paid $10, folks, for all 4 of these. I really don't know what the value is. I'm going to look them up, but I'm sure I could get $10 alone for that one made out of silver, and then the rest will just be profit. All right, guys, got a couple of silver pieces here to show you today. This piece, the thing about these, this is not typical, all right? I'm just going to tell you right now, this is not typical. These are 2 silver pieces that happen to be custom made or made by an independent artisan. And here's why I say that. The shapes of them, kind of the way that they're molded, a little bit, and I'm hopefully not offending whoever's out there that made this, but the crudeness, so to speak, of the design and the make of this indicates to me that this was not some large manufacturer who made this. This is a nice little pin, little brooch that you can kind of clip over here. It's got some sort of stone. Well, doggone, yes, there we go. In there, some kind of a purplish stone. Maybe some sort of an agate of some kind. Maybe it's dyed, maybe it's not. But this is made out of silver, even though it is not marked as such. And then I got this necklace, you can see, that is also made of silver, and it has what appears to be a light-colored amethyst in there. I've looked all over this, guys. It does not have a stamp or a marking, not even on the chain. But the thing is, I know jewelry pretty well. I've made jewelry. I understand the processes of making it. I'm very familiar with the metal, what it looks like, what it feels like. I have polished things. I have done that. So when I see something, a lot of times I can tell what it's made out of just from the appearance of it, the way it tarnishes, the way it's been polished. I even a lot of times will know the process by which they made the piece, like what the technique was. And if you know that, and that takes practice, that takes I was in an apprenticeship for a while. I was taught by someone who knew. I didn't just figure it out on my own, but that type of experience and practice and knowledge really helps you out in my industry. And so what we have here, 2 pieces of silver. These were sold for $10 a piece. Actually, this was less than that. This was $10. The weight in silver alone is worth more than that. The stone is worth more than that. And then this very kind of old school shape of a cross in a necklace, really kind of cool. I don't see this kind of thing out around hardly ever, and someone, because it has that religious context, I think it'll sell pretty well. I'll sell these separately, but I was glad to find that. I guess my recommendation here is if you want to know more about jewelry, there's all kinds of places out there that will let you sit in. They'll do workshops. They'll teach you a little bit about it, and that knowledge, guys, can be invaluable. We just talked about silver, guys. Now we're going to talk about gold. Here's a few pieces that I've picked up today that were gold that the person, people selling it didn't know. This is an old pocket knife. You'll find these a lot of times with people's initials or some kind of cool little decoration or script there. This is from the early 1900s, probably the teens or the 20s. The blades themselves are a little bit rusted, but if you see right here on the hinge, on this hinge. Sometimes it'll say the purity of the gold. In this case, it actually says, you can see that it says gold filled. But it does not say how much gold content is in it. My guess is going to be somewhere around 10 or 12 karat gold filled, which means probably 1/20th of it is gold and not the entire thing. Moving on, here's a piece, and I've just worked with, bought and sold enough pieces from this era like this to know that this is also gold filled. It's gold plated. I don't know what exactly this design is. I've not seen this before. It is a little brooch. And you can kind of see the iridescent, kind of some of that tarnish. There's definitely some copper in this. My guess is this is primarily a copper base alloy with a little bit of gold plating on it because it's got that gold shine. Some of it's worn off in different areas, but that again, probably 1/20th, 10 karat, 12 karat gold filled, something like that. But just an interesting piece. You don't see stuff like that made, you know, today really. And then last up, we got this cool little cameo here. You know, it's got it's carved out of coral here. Then you have these tiny little seed pearls that are strung along the side of this. These are real pearls. These are not like, you know, fake. These are real pearls strung through here with a piece of wire that is then soldered to keep it all together. Fairly crudely made though. It's been scratched, kind of beat up. They hammered this in very kind of a crude fashion around that. Surprised that it didn't crack it as they put it in there. Kind of dented and beat up. These have both this little piece of this little loop here, so you could hang that from a necklace as a pendant if you wanted to, or it's got this pin here so you can wear it as a brooch. In this case right here, where my big old thumbnail's at that needs to be trimmed, it's stamped right there. It says 14K. So this is 14 karat gold, not gold filled. This is solid 14 karat. So again, $10 for that. I think I paid $8 for each of these separately. I'll probably be able to sell that for 20 to 30. This one probably in the 15 to 20 range. And then this, because it's 14 karat gold, I'll probably get $60 to $75 for this, and I paid 10. Not too bad. Here's another gold piece. This is the only one that I bought that was already marked. And you can see it says Mount St. Helens Emerald. You can see this pretty little stone right here. It is kind of, the color honestly reminds me of like a Paraiba tourmaline. It's definitely a blue or green color approaching some bluish green aquamarine colors. But, and it says it's a Mount St. Helens Emerald. What that really is talking about is something called helenite. And helenite is, it's actually a man-made material. They took volcanic rock dust, and they basically ground it down and then composed it and put it together to make this. It's very similar to obsidian, it's very similar to a type of glass, but this is actually a man-made thing. It is not an emerald, it is not obsidian, but it does come from volcanic rock debris that was made as a result of previous eruptions of Mount St. Helens. Really kind of a cool thing. It is on a chain that is 14 karat gold. I paid $35 for this. This piece of stone that has been man-made is probably roughly a carat. But these are only $10, $15, $20 a carat because, again, they're man-made. The gold necklace alone, though, is worth probably closer to $80 to $100. And so this together, I would expect to make $100, $120, and I paid $35. All right, guys, now we're getting into some of the bagged lots. I'm going to go ahead and dump this out and this, and you can see what are we looking at here, folks? Why, it's a bunch of cufflinks. I mean, just oodles and oodles of these things. I have no idea what that is, but I'm gonna get rid of it. And you can see some of these, a lot of these go together. And these span, I think, different time periods. We've got some that are like this, kind of like the button. It's like hinged on the inside, and it, you know, kind of like squeezes in and squeezes out. Sort of a thing. It's got some sort of a blue glass stone in there. We've got others. This looks like some sort of a pin, a push pin of some kind. It's like a gold tone. No back to it. We got other things like little buttons that are kind of connected on the back there. Some of these will probably will be gold filled content. Here is, wow, this is couple of different things that come from lapel related stuff. Some tie bars here, tie clips. That's a Hickok brand, which is a pretty common brand for that. Swank, Hickok, you know, those kinds of brands. And you got, ooh, there's a nice red colored one. Those go together. A bunch of these guys. I paid $15 for this whole lot. And we got one right here. Another Hickok brand, USA. Definitely cool to go through here. So what I'll do is I'll get these. There's a green color. I'll get the pairs together, obviously. And I'll do some research. I don't know as of today. F&B sterling. So these are sterling silver. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to sell these individually. Here's one with script initials. This is a custom-made monogrammed one. Quite old. When you see that old script, that kind of dates it for sure. So I don't know if I'm going to sell these individually. That's a cool design there. On this one, very old, with like kind of a flowers, or if I'm going to sell them as a lot. I'll have to look and see what lately the best sales have been. Here's another one that are kind of connected here, and some of these again might be, it says sterling on it, so those are sterling silver as well. So I'll go through. I'm going to pick out ones. Looks like ones like that. Yeah, there's another set of silver ones. Some of these will have gold content, probably gold filled. Some of them will be sterling silver. I'll separate out the ones that have the good metals, or the more valuable sought after metals, obviously. And then the other ones, I may put them together as brands, like put all the Hickok ones together, for example, and then go that way. But guys, when you get good lots like this, I probably have a solid 20 different pairs in here easily. So for $15 for a bag of a lot of these, 15 or 20 bucks, I can't remember exactly how much it was. That's a pretty good deal. It may take a while to sell these, but I'm not in any hurry. All right, I got the stuff separated out here. This is all the stuff that's got gold or silver content in it. This doesn't. And now moving on to the next couple of bags I got here. Paid $10 a piece for each of these bags. You can already tell what we're looking at here, and that would be earrings. Costume jewelry earrings, I think. I don't know what else might be in here, but let's just start taking a look at some stuff we got. This one right here starts off, we've got a brand called Marvella. Marvella, interesting. Well, I got both of those, so that's great. I'm going to put these aside whenever they got the pair, and it's the same brand. Then that's great. This is cool. Got this, looks like turquoise. It's like faux turquoise. That's great. What do we got here? Oh, interesting. Boy, that's a big old earring. So it starts, as you can see up at the top, right here, and it goes down. That is gorgeous, folks. That's gorgeous. What a cool look. And you can see it's the screw back kind. So it's this type right here, and that was indicative of the early 1900s, folks. So I'll have to spend some time looking at it and seeing if I can find a manufacturer. But even if I can't, this has got some good things going for it. First of all, it's still pretty good condition. Second of all, it appears that it has every single stone intact. The back of it, on the big pieces, has a light that can shine through that, so it makes it look really nice. I like that. I'm going to put that right here. Let's see. Can I find its contemporary? Let's see its little partner here. Is it in here? Yes, it is. Excellent. And let me throw this up together here by it. That's a beautiful little set of earrings. I mean, they're big. They're kind of glitzy, right? Obviously. But that's nice. I like the look at that. So, good. Got two nice little pairs there. Let's keep them moving here. What do we have here? Does this got any kind of a brand on it? It does. It says, made in Western Germany. Okay, so it doesn't have the brand, but this is a Western Germany. This was made probably for import to the United States. And it's kind of got these, what look like kind of a faux pearl color and some other like plastic beads here. It looks like maybe that's the other one. Yep, so Western Germany, guys. We're doing okay so far here. What's this red one here? Let's see. Okay, here we got some red and some faux pearls. Those are also quite lovely. Got all of the stones and everything intact. Does it say anything on here? I'm not seeing a manufacturer name. My guess is this is another import. These stones look a little bit newer, folks, to me. And yep, if you look, and I've talked about this in previous videos, we got lots on we got a whole playlist on jewelry, as a matter of fact, different videos. But do you see this texture in the back? kind of that gritty look in the back. That is oftentimes indicative of cheaper, I'm going to just say cheaper, pieces of costume jewelry. Now, these still have a lot going for them, in the fact that they're quite bright in color, but they're just glued down in place, okay? There's no prongs holding those stones in. They're just glued in, but they're attractive looking enough, and so I do think that I'll be able to sell those. Okay, this one just caught my eye here, this kind of blue. Look at that. It's almost like a moonstone in the middle, kind of. And then those blue, that's really pretty. Again, let's look in the back here. Not seeing a manufacturer name. Obviously, it's best to have that. Nope, no manufacturer. Okay, but it does have some things going for it. It's nice. It's a nice color. It's good. And those blue is really pop. It's got the prongs holding stuff. So if I can find, let's see, is the other one in here? Folks. Yep, there it is. Okay, I like that. We're still going well here with those. Nice. Boy, this black background has not worked out for me today. I apologize, folks. I will not do the black background again. I promise you that. Look at these. A little purple. I'm going to try to zoom in here. Look at this. So these are interesting color. They almost look like amethyst, but they're almost a little bit more pink. These are screwbacks again, guys. They have it opened in the middle, so it makes me wonder if these are glass or are actually, actual gemstones. Is not uncommon for them to use actual gemstones back in the early 1900s. But the screwback, I'm not seeing a manufacturer name and nothing about the metal, but you can see it's an enameled, painted enamel along the edge and side. But those are somewhat attractive. Definitely dated, definitely a different period of time, popularity of jewelry. But again, glad to have both of those intact together. What is next, folks? This is really bizarre. This is, you can see this color here, looks like amber. It's made to look like amber, but it's got those artificial swirls in there. This is all plastic, folks. And it's very cheap, and you can another reason you can tell why is look at the back. That has just tarnished and turned green. Ew. I don't know many ladies that would want to put this on their ear. So you got two options here. One is these just aren't going to sell. They're too ugly. They're too damaged. Or I might put it in a lot of, oh man, there's someone's hair in there. Yuck, people. Or I could sell these with a bunch of other stuff that's not all that valuable, because sometimes people take pieces like this and they break them up and they'll use the beads from them, or they'll make other crafts and things out of old pieces of jewelry. All right, folks, I'm going to spare you me sorting through these. I already went through the rest of them, and I just wanted to point out a few details. All right, so these here are the cheaper ones. This is just made out of plastic, folks. It's kind of iridescent, but there's no manufacturer, and it's very cheap and very lightweight. Same as this. These are just cheap pieces of plastic. These little prongs are very superficial. I could pull that out if I wanted to. Okay. Then you've got these. They don't have any kind of markings on them, really at all, to say who they're from. And these faux pearls have got scratches on them and stuff. Probably won't sell. Here's another pair. These aren't great condition, but they are that same brand name, Marvella. We got these right here, and they got a really poor stamp on the back of them, but the stamp says Nippon, and Nippon means that it was manufactured in Japan. That was a certain time period they would write Nippon on there. Eventually there were some laws passed that required them, other countries, to write have the name of their company on their products coming in the United States, and then eventually that was amended to say that they had to say the country manufactured in English, so they end up having to say Japan or China or wherever it came from. This one I want to show you, it didn't have its partner, and so I won't be able to sell this by itself. Again, plastic, superficial. But I want you to see on the back here, do you see how the inside there, it's open, supposedly open so that you could see through it, and yet look at the color of that stone. It's like a gold color. This is something that cheaper manufacturers of costume jewelry will do. They'll paint the back of the stone so that when the light comes through a clear stone, it will hit that color on the back, and then that color will come back out to your eyes, and you're going to be seeing something, and it makes it appear as though the stone is this beautiful kind of amber, yellow, butterscotchy color, but in reality, it's just hitting paint, a color in the background. So always keep a lookout like this. You want to see that opening, because that is supposed to be so that the light can get through, all the way through a translucent stone. In this case, they're just kind of tricking you. And these are the real doozies here, folks. This right here, this pair right here, they say sterling. So these are sterling silver. I don't know what that stone is, but it's really interesting looking. But it says sterling silver on it. These are really cool, very Art Deco kind of design. I can tell that a couple of these stones have been have had fallen out and then were replaced with others. For example, right here, you can see how clear that is, and then you can see how milky white this stone is. This stone has clearly been replaced at some point, and they just got one that was duller in color than the stone that was there. And sometimes you just do that so that it has the stones in there. These are the winners right here, folks. These are Trifari, which is a pretty high-end costume jewelry brand. Really kind of elegant looking. It says Trifari there. These are what are called Crown Trifari. There's a crown over the T. That's an older version of this company and more sought after. This one is just absolutely gorgeous, guys. You can't tell, but it's clear with a little bit of pinkish in it. These earrings are fantastic. This set of earrings alone, I expect to fetch $30 to $40 for. So 2 times the cost of this entire set of earrings that you're looking at here that I'm showing you. And I plan on selling every single one of these. Really a nice lot, especially with the brooches that I'm about to show you. Look at these beauties, folks, right here. This brooch is a Trifari brooch. You can see that right in the center there. It says it. Let me see if I can zoom in for you. I had it upside down to begin with. Man, I'm just all over the place here today. Trifari, you can see that patent pending. Okay. And down here, this is a beautiful little emerald colored brooch by a company called Weiss, or Weiss, W-E-I-S-S. If you can see that there. Right there, Weiss. Beautiful. This one's a brand called Regency. Really bright stones. You can see the manufacturer indicated right there, Regency. Boom. And then these two are unbranded, but they are definitely vintage and definitely really nice condition. All of the stones are intact. They sparkle. They're interesting designs. They have, a very clean, polished look about them on the back. And so this is awesome. I mean, this lot right here, because I have 3 brand names, right? I could probably fetch, with the right buyer, maybe $150 or so for these 3 brooches. And I paid $10 or $15. I paid $10 for 3 of these and $15 for 2. So $30 and $30, so $60. I could over double my money with these. And if I, say, paired this with some others or even integrated some of these awesome earring pairs, it goes up from there. But guys, take a look. I got this all sorted. This was from today. I spent a little under $200 for everything you're looking at here. Probably got 20 pairs of cufflinks. Probably got, close to a dozen sets of earrings, 6 brooches, 2 necklaces, 4 thermometers, 2 thimbles, and 3 new pairs of glasses with gold rims. I expect out of this, let's just call it a $200 purchase, somewhere between $400 and $500 in sales. So I'm going to over double my money. Not too bad. Check out all of our other videos on these estate sales, and also if you want to learn more about costume jewelry or even other categories that are collectible, like say matchbooks or postcards or Nike shoes or toys, we got lots of stuff in here, guys. Make sure you like a video if you liked it, and if you haven't subscribed yet, well, what are you waiting on? It helps us out, folks. It really does. Thanks so much. We'll see you soon. Yes. Rusty hair.